Happy New Year, which called Bangla calendar Happy New Year, 14 April. So it's about Poila Boishak. If I share the picture, then you can understand. Okay, now I'm trying to share a picture about Poila Boishak.
Okay, so you're trying to get that, like if you again press your and I just noticed too that we didn't go live right away. So to everyone in Zoom land, we're here talking about Christmas traditions and holiday traditions, and we just started about 10 minutes ago, but apparently I thought we were live and we were not live. So all right, so Fatima is here talking about her traditions.
Yeah, hope everyone's seeing the picture.
Yes, we can see it now.
It's called Pohela Boishak, being celebrated in 14 April. So I would like to talk about that what we do in this day. So definitely, at first we wake up early in the morning, and this picture is very clear that it is very colorful, and its decoration is very colorful everywhere. You are seeing that. So the unique custom, it reflects of our unique customs and beautiful mix of cultures. Basically, we are familiar as that the festival is marked by a wide variety of cultural shows, and especially we celebrate Boishagi Mela. Boishagi Mela means that Boishagi fairs, and now everyone here doing really about Boishagi Mela. And lots of programs everywhere we hold, and we eat sweets, and we dress up with colorful dress. Especially female wear sari and blouse, and male wear pajama and Punjabi. So if you look at the picture, then you can see that people are wearing pajama and Punjabi, and female wearing sari and blouse. It is our traditional clothes. So basically, we celebrate this day to make our tradition, keep our tradition safe, and to show our tradition in front of others, like that. And especially in this day, we eat a special food, which is our traditional food. It's called panta rice. Panta rice means water rice with hilsa fish. It's our traditional foods. And obviously, we greet everyone, wishing everyone joyous new beginning, because it is our beginning of the new day, new year, Bangla New Year. So we wish everyone by saying that happy Shubho Noboborsho. That means happy New Year.
Oh, okay.
So it's all about it.
Okay, and I just want apparently when I thought we were going live, we went live 10 minutes later. So I wonder if I could have a couple, like Yuri, if you could talk again for the benefit of the people on YouTube that didn't get to hear what you said about in Kazakhstan, how the traditions and stuff, and then we'll just because apparently going live from YouTube. Zoom to the YouTube, I missed one spot where I was supposed to press another button in YouTube. So I'm not sure if you can talk again about what the tradition is for like New Year and Christmas there.
New Year, honestly speaking, here we don't celebrate New Year because as a Muslim communities peoples, we have a little bit restriction about it. I know that people celebrate, but here, where exactly I'm living in my territory, people don't celebrate it. But town area people, they definitely celebrate it. And if I talk about Christmas, we celebrate it on 25 December.
Okay. Okay.
But not really where I'm living. There people, here people's not celebrating it, because here everyone's a Muslim, majority are Muslim, and Christian people are not available here in our territory. But in our town area, Happy New Year and Christmas both are celebrating.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for
Like
sharing.
Western people, not like Western people, but definitely they are celebrating in like them, like their tree also they decorate, and very nicely they decorate it. As well, they eat a lot of sweets, pasty, different kind of pasty. So this kind of thing they do, and if they arrange events, concert, and dancing, and other so on.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. So I do want to Yuri from Kazakhstan, could you share again, because I didn't hit the go live when you were talking. Could you share about the New Year's stuff that you have there in Kazakhstan?
Well, we have almost as you have. We have a tree. But without Santa, we have Father Frost, because we have celebrated from the church New Year from the Christmas.
Yeah, and I think I was saying too, like I shared that my children's father is from Russia, so I'm familiar with this tradition of kind of having the New Year's tree and not really a Christmas tree, and
Yes.
a little bit about Father Frost and his niece. In fact, I think I have here, but I don't know if you can see it, but there's I have this Father Frost, and here it is, Father Frost and his niece. And on the mantle is some other things that are like from the Russian traditions. So.
And how many days have you holidays?
So we only get like 7 days off. We get between Christmas and we go back to school on January 2nd or 3rd. So we don't have a very long holiday at all here.
We have from the 1st of January to 9th. It's in Russia. We will have 7 days in Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Holidays.
Okay. So it's similar amount. I know when I went to Mexico a couple years ago, they get a lot of time off actually for the Christmas break, and I only get about 5 to 7 days off. Sydney, you're there in Minnesota, right? No, not Minnesota, Mississippi. How much time do you get off? Do you get time off for the holidays?
Typically 1 day.
Just 1 day? Oh, wow.
Well, it varies from company to company. You might get none, or you might get a day or two. We at my company, we get 1 day for Christmas and 1 day for New Year's.
Oh, wow. I used to work in a business, in a private company, but now I work for a school, so I guess I got a pretty good deal right now. Yeah, so anybody want to share? Oh, I do have Alex that just joined from Venezuela. Do you want to share, Alex? If you want to come off mute. And I have your pictures too that I can share. Let's see. If you want to come off. Oh, yeah, you have to turn off. I'm going to share Alex's pictures. Let me open it big.
Greetings, everyone. I just want to confirm if you can hear me as well.
We can hear you.
Great. Great.
All right.
Привет, Yuri, как дела?
You speak Russian?
Just kidding. Меня зовут
Alright.
Alex. Как тебя зовут, Yuri? Yuri.
That was good. That was great.
Okay, great. That's wanna practice. We are receiving many Russian people here working in Venezuela, so it is important to have a business. Oh, that picture. It is time to talk, Rachel?
Yeah, if you want to explain, I have the two pictures, and I have this one up first, which is there was two pictures similar. If you want to explain about them.
That's it. I don't want to talk about the tradition, okay, of the holiday. For example, what we do in Christmas time, or what often we play on holidays. No, I just want to talk about this. What's happening in the street when you are driving to a tourist place. You know, almost 3 million or 6 million of people drive by car to the tourist place. You know, especially for the best beach that we have here. So imagine 3 million autos on a street with 3 million bottles full of beers or whiskey into the car. And 3 million people drinking and more than the other people who is sharing in the car, you know, for example. So we have not only one box, we have two boxes full, one for food and one for beer, you know, the new one with the beers and whiskey. So what's the point about it? The point about it is when you are in front of the National Guard here, you know, almost, in a big line like this one, or the second picture that you can put, Rachel.
Yeah, can you see the second picture now?
Not yet, not me.
Okay,
but,
hold on. Let me stop sharing and let me go to the second picture.
Okay,
Here we go.
when you are in front of the National Guard with the gun, with the machine gun, right? With the machine gun, everybody, when the line of the car are too slowly or moving or too slowly, sometimes the line stops and you get out of the car, drinking your beer or your glass with whiskey, you know, like Rachel, for example. And many people get out of the car. I don't know if you can see me. Many people get out of the car and move the glass or the beer in front of the National Guard, who is stopped, who is, stand up with the machine gun, looking everywhere. And you, just it's happened here in Venezuela, I guess, you invite the National Guard, the army, the National Guard men, you invite to drink. You know, do you want someone? Do you want some drink? And the National Guard say, are you crazy, man? Do you want to go to the jail? Hold on. Look over there. There is a box. Put your drink into the box and go away. I don't know if I explain as well, but you know what the National Guard means is that the beer that you are inviting him, put in the other place, you know, like everybody can't see. But later he will take the beer and drink, you know, because he's under the sun with the machine gun. That is a funny history. It's always happening here in Venezuela, in a big line when you are moving to some place to have fun, you know, for holidays, especially in Carnival or how do you say Semana Santa in English? Sorry, I forget. It's the week when Jesus Christ died, you know, in March, April, something like that.
Oh,
One
Easter.
Week or holiday.
Easter.
Yeah, we call
Easter.
it Holy Week.
That's right.
Holy Week.
Okay. And that's happened all the time. 3 million autos, 6 million autos driving in all the streets, and with 3 million or 6 million bucks in the back side of the auto, and everybody was drinking, playing loud music here all the time. It's happened. This is what I want to say about the tradition here when you are driving to other states, to the beach, you know, or other area. Yeah, that's it.
That's very interesting. I went to Mexico a few years ago, and when I went there, I was there for New Year's, and it was Acapulco, and everyone drives to the beach, and you celebrate New Year's on the beach, and literally, like it took like, even though it was probably only like 20 minutes normally, it took like 2 hours because it's like that line of cars, just everyone driving to the beach, and then literally you can't drive any further. You just park your car and you walk to the beach, and then you party all night through New Year's. That's what the picture reminded me of that.
Yeah, that is what that means. Only here in South America, I guess, or on South American continent, yet for sure. And all the Spanish people, I think in every Caribbean island, the same things, you know, because everybody are for having fun, you know, especially, for example, people from Europe or United States, when you fly to to South America, to the Caribbean, all the time are smiling. You are smiling all the time, and and it's easy to have a good communication or good relationship with you, But
Yeah.
when this is different, when, for example, when I was being in Europe, oh my God, I saw many people completely different than when they are here in my country. In Venezuela, it's Margarita Island, Angel Falls, another tourist place here that we have in Venezuela.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And so you are there, like we talked the other day, and you're like not in your house. You said you had to kind of go a little bit to your neighbors because like the internet's really tough. Like you have to be like someplace, you can't be like right in your house. You have to kind of go outside to be able to be on the Zoom, right?
That's it. That is because the internet. I am not living in my hometown. I'm living in another city, and this is around the mountain. And I rent a house. Sorry, I live in a rental house, and I can't pay for the internet service for the house where I am renting. So I pay to a friend of mine near of my house, and I help him to pay the internet like other neighbors here, and everybody enjoy with the same connection at the same time, because we help the guy, for example, in the house behind me that the city lights, we help him to pay the internet, and all of us enjoy with his wireless the internet,
Nice.
Yeah, because it's expensive here, and yeah.
So I get
and I
this,
don't
like,
know if you know.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I wanna say I don't know if you know our hyperinflation that we are spending right now here. So for many Venezuelan people are completely difficult to have the internet system. For example, many different things, So we work together to have to enjoy the internet. And in another way, you have to pay a lot of the rental with your device, using data in your device, and that costs lots of money.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I do have other friends in Venezuela and a Spanish professor there, and often internet's a problem, and they lose electricity or they lose internet. So I do understand that can be quite an issue. I got this like little, I think it was like a couple years ago, I got this little thing and it said different traditions in each country. And one thing it said about Venezuela, that there was some tradition, and it was said something about like roller skating outside at Christmas. Is there any like truth to that, or did they just make that up?
I don't wanna let you. So I'm sorry, I didn't get your point.
So it basically like it was this like it was kind of like an advent calendar, and it said different traditions from each country. And one of the traditions, it said that in Venezuela, that on like Christmas Eve, that people went out on roller skates. So like basically like skates were wheels underneath their feet, and they would go outside and roller skate. And right. I don't know if that was true, but it was like, okay, this is what they do in Mexico, and this is what they do in Venezuela. And I wondered if that was true.
Exactly. It's happen every Christmas time. Many people, all the childs, and go to the squares. Where we have many different squares in the area, and they skate.
Yeah,
right?
roller skating. Yeah.
Rolling skating. Yeah, and drive the bicycle, and something, another kind of like a moto. I don't know. Hamilton drove. Lewis Hamilton drove a small moto, electric moto with two wheels, and a small one that you are and step and you go with the moto, something like that. But this is like a toy, It's not exactly a motorcycle. It's just like a skate, but with how do you say that? When you in Spanish, in English?
Around here, we would probably say a scooter.
Scooter. Yeah, thank you, Ruth.
That's Sydney.
Thank you. Scooter. Yeah, the scooter. And they drive a scooter too in the squares, on the street too. It doesn't matter how many cars are on the street. They drive scooters and skates and bicycles. Yeah. I want to change my cam. I don't know how can I
Oh, there you go.
my cam. Yeah. Okay. There's the street. I live over there, and if you see, there is a go up all the time. The streets in La Zulita, Mérida, Venezuela, are like that. You have to go down on the street, and you have to go up on the streets in the mountain, because we are living into the mountain, and all the streets, you have to go up or going down. Yeah. That is what I want to show you about the place where I am living.
You say you're in the mountains right now?
That's it. La Solita
what's
Island
the temperature there?
The temperature, the altitude?
The temperature, Celsius, like what temperature?
All right. Until now could be 18 right now, because I'm using, the jacket. So I don't know if you can see me. Yeah, I'm a sea jacket. Sometimes the weather condition here, sometimes it's blow a lot, and you can't be outside for a long time. Right now, it's because it's evening, it could be 18 degrees, but in the afternoon, 22, 20 degrees, Yeah,
okay.
But
So
it's
nice.
good. It's a good weather. It's a good weather. It's completely fresh. It's not like my city. It's all the time. Every year, it's almost 36 degrees all year. 32, 33 degrees in the evening. 30, 31. But it's my city, my hometown. My home city.
So it's cooler there in the mountains. Is
Yeah.
Calixto from Nicaragua, do you want to share your holiday traditions?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity, Rachel. Well, there is many days we celebrate here in Nicaragua. For example, there is on December 7th, we have Magditeria, you know a little bit about this event.
What can you say that again?
Magditeria.
Carrilla?
La gritería.
La garrilla.
No. Gritería.
Gritería.
Griteria. Okay, what is that? Please explain, because I don't know that.
Okay, yelling. When you yelling, but out loud. When you let the
Oh,
people say,
griteria. It's yelling. Okay.
yes, yelling. Well, we used to, for example, December 7th at 7 p.m. there is in the church, the shepherd used to ring the bell, and when the bell start to ring, every single people from Nicaragua used to go to every house to collect, ¿cómo dice caramelo en inglés?
Caramelas, candies.
Caramels.
Yes, many candies. You can take your bag and you go to every house collecting candies, and you are saying, and you have to say when you came to a house, ¿Quién causa tanta alegría? So the person who is inside says, La Concepción de María. So at that moment, the people who are outside used to sing to La Virgen.
The Virgin, okay.
Yes, a sound. They start to sing tu gloria, gozoso este día. Y todas esas cosas, pues, all those things from the Virgin Maria. And we have also another event on December 22, when every single people meet with their family, with the grandson, maybe the grandmother. And for example, at that moment, I am not in my house. I am in my grandmother's house, and I visiting her. And for example, this last 24th, December 24th, we were asleep, everyone together and making an amazing food, enjoying the food, enjoying the family, talking with each other. And okay, now I'm going to tell you about the December 31. And on December 31, we used to talk with family, to gather all the family. For example, I'm in my mother's house, my grandmother's house, and we are celebrating as we celebrated on December 34th. But at that time, um, some people from Nicaragua used to create muñeco. ¿Cómo se dice muñeco en inglés? No, wrist.
Oh, a bracelet. Muñeca.
Muñeco.
A bracelet.
Pero it's a big wrist.
It's like a doll, doll.
Oh, a doll,
It's a
muñeca.
female doll, but a man, like for male, not female. For example, the Barbie,
Doll.
it's a doll, but like if not female, it's male, something like that. Sorry
Well,
for disturb yourself. Keep
No,
talking.
no problem. Thank you for your help. So we used to create a muñeco and a big one, and we used to put garbage inside it, and we used to put some cachiflines inside. Yes, doll. Thank you for your help. So we used to put, ¿cómo se dice cachiflines en inglés? Pyrotechnic.
Fireworks.
Pyrotechnic.
Fireworks.
Yes, inside. So, and when it turned January 1st, but at 12 of the midnight, we have to burn the doll, and with this doll, we say goodbye to the last year. For example, and is of like representative of the years 2021. So when this doll is on fire, is saying goodbye to the last year 2021, and is giving welcome to the years 2022. And this is a little bit about tradition for Nicaragua. Finally, we celebrate the January 1st, and every people from Nicaragua used to go to the beach because we are in, I don't know, in verano.
It's the summertime there, verano.
Yes.
Helps that
verano.
we have a lot of people here that speak both English and Spanish. It reminds me, I said earlier that I went to Mexico for New Year's for 2018-19, and we celebrated New Year's on the beach. And we did some similar things that they do in Spain. So one of the things that we all did is you eat 12 grapes, one for each year, each month, 12 grapes. You're supposed to eat all at once at midnight and not choke on them, right? So at midnight you all eat, and apparently that's a tradition in Spain and also in Mexico. And I was in Acapulco with the family, and we're on the beach, and they do fireworks, and there were a few other things, but the thing that really stood with me was eating the 12 grapes that you have to eat at the stroke of midnight all at once, these 12 grapes. And it's not easy to eat 12 grapes like all at once, like so but that with you saying that you all go to the beach, and I think with Alex talking about everybody going to the beach there in Venezuela as well, it reminded me of that time, in Mexico, of a similar, like, everybody goes to the beach for New Year's, it seems.
Yes, absolutely. Because it's the beginning of the summer. No.
Yeah. So I wonder, Sydney, do you want to share again? Because I think when you had shared about what you guys do there in Mississippi, it was before we went on to Zoom. So do you want to share what your family does for the holiday traditions?
Sure. Although I'll add a little bit based on
Yeah,
some of
and you
what's already
can
been
share
said.
a picture or two if you want as well.
Yeah, I might do that. Let's see. You mentioned on December 7th, that's the time of the shouting, right? Here, at least for Catholics, that would be the feast of the Immaculate Conception. Fiesta de la Concepción Inmaculada. I got that a little bit backwards, right? But mostly it's not really a holiday here. People might go to mass, the misa, but it's early in the Advent season. So it's early in the Christmas season, lots of religious holidays. So people would, go to church, dress up nice, but for Christmas, we get together and there's lots of food and maybe some music, conversation. And here locally, we'll drink some bourbon, an American whiskey, and let's see. I've got a Word document with a few pictures in it of some of the food.
While you're sharing that, like, I always just think I didn't even think of the whole December 7th of the whole Catholic. I was just thinking December 7th isn't that Amistad Day or something where we kind of like celebrate for the World War II day, where that's just like sticks in my mind. It doesn't have anything to do with Christmas. Oh, pulled chicken.
Yeah.
Nice.
So with my family, we had some pulled chicken, green beans, potatoes. We had some pulled pork, and had some bourbon. And of course, there was lots of dessert. Someone pulled out a harmonica. So we all had, lots and lots of food. We got nice and fat. And I took a few pictures just to share. But the pulled chicken was because some people like food that's really spicy and some people don't. And so we made a bit of this and a bit of that. But so for us, it was all about food and conversation, and so I just thought that would be kind of fun to share as well.
Yeah, I think earlier I was sharing, like, my family's tradition. My grandmother was Italian, and a big thing was making this Italian hot sauce and then fried squid, calamari. That was like a tradition that we always did on Christmas Eve. We'd have the calamari, we'd have the Italian hot sauce, and then we'd have all kinds of Italian cookies. And our drink of choice for the adults was eggnog. Well, eggnog for everyone, but eggnog with spiced rum for the adults. That was our choice. And just to like share a couple pictures myself. Let me see. I have a few pictures of, like, for Christmas Eve. I'll share a couple pictures. So now we just have a quiet night at home because, I don't go to my grandmother's anymore. She passed away. But we watch for Santa on the Google Santa tracker, and we watch when Santa's going to come over to Massachusetts. This is where I live, over in Massachusetts. And my daughter puts out milk and cookies for Santa. This particular year, she must have put out a letter for Santa. She would write to Santa late, and then later on, like we would. Oh, this is a picture of them putting out the reindeer food. So they make the reindeer food and they try to throw it on the roof of the house, but it usually lands in the driveway. So that's just like what we do on Christmas Eve, is just to have a quiet night at home right now. We used to go to my grandparents, but now it's a quiet night, and my family would come to my house on Christmas Day, and I'll make a turkey, and we'll exchange gifts for Christmas Day. So it's generally a quiet day. I see somebody who would like to share next. I see somebody put up their like virtual hand. I'm not sure who did that, but is it Carlisco? Would you like to share?
No, I would like to ask you a question about Santa Claus. Is that true?
Santa Claus. So I like to believe that there's Santa Claus, and I have friends in Finland that say Santa Claus lives in Finland, above the Arctic Circle. And I'm not sure if you in Nicaragua watch Luisito Comunica from Mexico, but he was just in Finland and he visited Santa Claus in Finland. And so I like to believe that there is this whole this tradition of the giving. I think Santa Claus is just like everyone giving to each other, but I like to believe the magical story of Santa Claus. And so, we still have gifts under the tree from Santa Claus, and we have our stockings by the fireplace for Santa Claus to put some, candy in, and some candy canes and stuff like that. So, but I can tell you more about the tradition of Santa Claus. I've watched all the Santa Claus movies and know all the stories.
I'm Catholic, so I'm not going to judge someone's love for Santa Claus.
No, I'm not judging. Excuse me, Rachel. I'm not judging you. Just I wonder because maybe you said you put a glass of water, a glass of milk, and some cookies in order to wait for Santa Claus to come into your house. Yeah, but this is what's happening in the United States, and this is something that everyone wanted to know. And thank you for letting me know that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a tradition that my parents did with me, and that I've done with my children. And I like the magical story of it, and I think it can kind of go along with the whole story, if you are the whole Jesus story, as the whole idea of giving to loved ones for the holiday, and just so I think it's a nice story. Yeah, I don't want to say one way or another that Santa Claus is there or not there. I think maybe he might be, but Santa Claus, the idea of giving, I guess, is in all our hearts, to give to our loved ones. So any children that are watching. But any case, anybody else want to share? Otherwise, we can move on to what your goals for the new year might be, and we can all share that. Oh, I see, Alex, you have your hand up. Do you want to share something? You can come off of mute and share if you'd like.
Yes, I'm here smiling. Just change the topic for a while. My wife is next to me. Okay, she can't hear as well because I have my earbuds here.
Yeah.
But he watching you, Rachel, and she's watching, or she's seeing Yuri, and she asked me if you are sick. Let me tell you why. Hold on. It's because you never take sun. You look like a gasper. It's just a kind of joke here for South America people, because you never take sun in your country for the fourth season, because the fourth season, when we saw you here arriving to our country, you want to take all the sun in just in one day. In one day you want to take all the sun that you can, and that is so
Yeah,
wife is,
I probably do look that way, and I probably look even like more washed out because of the lighting. But I'll tell you, when I do go in the summertime, I burn
Am
very
I
easily,
pale?
so I try to stay out of the sun.
Yeah,
I pale.
La mano, la
What,
mano.
Yuri? What did you
You're
say?
Am I pale? Too pale? White, yes?
Yeah, yeah, because you're so white. It's just a joke, you know. I remember when I was living in Margarita Island that when the tourists from Europe or America, yeah, came to Margarita Island, they want to take in one day the sun. When they came back of the street, they have burned all her body completely damaged, you know, with a big damage in the body. And I all the time discuss with them because they spend a lot of hours in the first day, you know. It doesn't matter if they
Well,
use a blood sun protection, but in one day it's impossible to change your body color. You know, you will be 2 weeks in a holiday in Margarita Island, for example. So get slow,
well,
step by step, day by day, you know. Tell me, Judy.
we
¿Cómo
have
estás?
a long winter here. So 6 months there is snow here. And that's why we are pale or white. But
Yeah, I know that. I'm just a joke. Okay, and what I want to tell you about some tradition that I meet or I learned here in La Solita, Merida, that is the bull on fire. It's correct? Bull on fire. They make an structure here like a structure, made a structure and put something else in the. What is the name of the bulls have two here? What is the name of that?
horn.
the
Horns.
horns, the
Bulls have
horns.
the horns, and they put something like there and turn on fire. You know, turn on fire, and they commence to hunt all the people, and the people are running like in Spain. You know the Spain tradition when all the bulls are running on the street and everybody's running.
Oh, the running with the
Yes.
bulls.
Yeah, but with two men inside the bull with on fire and commence to hunt the people running for all around the square here. And one more is the ball on fire. The ball on fire is another tradition that I met here in La Solita. The
It's a
ball on
bean.
fire. Bean? La bola de
It's a,
fuego? I don't. What? Okay, the ball on fire, and they commence to play soccer with the ball on fire. You know, and they commence to put. You have to put your old shoes, for example. You have to. I don't know if you can see my shoes. Okay, you have to put your old shoes to commence to kick the ball on fire, and your old clothes, because the ball on fire sometimes hits you and you have to be alert. So it's so curious. I never see that before here in La Solita, Merida, Venezuela. I just that's all that I want to say.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing. That's awesome. I'd love to like hear all the traditions from around the world. So I think now we can kind of move on to, and we can still talk about that. But if we want to talk for the remainder of the time, I guess on what your goals are or your hopes for the new year, and if anybody wants to go first on that.
Well, for my part, it's of course to learn English more, so I could speak in real time, because I have no one here to talk with, and you see how it's hard for me. And I speak for the first time in my life in real time. So I suggested my co-workers, hey, let's learn English. It's fun. You already watch fun movies or fun videos from USA, but you don't understand what the people are saying in them, and you will understand. But sadly, they didn't agree. But I hope maybe someone will learn English. so I can speak, talk with him.
Well, you are doing excellent. For the first time speaking live, you were doing excellent.
Thank
I'm
you.
very happy for you. And so, and maybe we can do this. Like try to hold one of these once a month anyway. It's hard for me to do this at night because it's tiring for me. But at least that could give you the opportunity to be able to speak English, and maybe you can convince some of your coworkers after. But you, for the first time, and everyone here, yes, the first time Yuri is speaking live in English with anybody, because in Kazakhstan, there isn't anybody to speak English with, as I understand.
So thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the opportunity why I'm having this tonight is that every single time, I was saying it earlier, every single time that Yuri wanted to take part in any of these lives, he wasn't able to because the internet isn't good. When I normally would do this during my daytime, it's nighttime for Yuri and the internet's not good. I have Piedad from Colombia with her hand up, and I recorded a conversation with Piedad a few months ago now. If you want to unmute yourself and you can share holiday traditions and pictures. I think you had some pictures. I see that you have your hand up. Are you ready, Piedad?
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Let me
So-
share.
I got to make you co-host to be able to share. So let me do that, and you should be able to share. One moment. So yeah, Piedad, I've had a conversation with Piedad, maybe it's like 6 months ago, I don't remember.
Yes.
And I met Piedad on an app called Hello Talk, which I met Sydney from Hello Talk and a few others, but nobody else here. But I met a few other really good, Alfonso, if you've seen Alfonso in some of my conversations. And Helena from Siberia. So, Piedad, you should be able to share. Are you on a computer or on your cell phone?
I am from my laptop.
Yeah, okay. So you should have a share button at the bottom, and you should be able to share pictures if you want to do that. And while you're doing that, I mean, for me, I'll share while you're getting that going, I'll share my my goals for the new year, for this YouTube channel. Like last year, I had the idea that I would try to post 3 videos a week, but it was not sustainable. I found that. So I think my goals are to just, to continue to grow this and to continue to be able to help more people from around the world, but to just try to figure out things that are sustainable because I think last year I got a whole bunch of stuff ready to post 3 videos a week. And then it just stressed me out because that wasn't sustainable because I work full time. So, but one thing that did come out of it is that my boss had me teach a YouTube camp, and I am hopefully going to be presenting at our conference in Washington, D.C. about how I taught students how to make YouTube channels. So I think that was kind of exciting because of this whole project of making a YouTube channel to help people learn English. I've actually been able to incorporate the whole YouTube thing into my daytime job, which has been pretty cool. So fingers crossed that my proposal to present in Washington, D.C. Gets accepted. Piedad, how are you doing on those pictures?
I would like to know just right now, you are talking about the goals for the next year?
Yeah, but we're talking about goals, but if you want to still share some pictures about your holiday traditions, you can do that because you joined us a little late.
Okay. I don't know.
It's up to you if you want to just talk about your goals for the new year, but I know you had a couple pictures that you wanted to share. If you want to talk about the traditions, Piedad is from Colombia, the traditions there in Colombia that you have.
Yes, depending on the region, but just right now, I want to share about the region named Huila. is located to the south of Colombia, something around 6 hours by bus from Bogota
Okay.
City. And here is commonly in July, in Jan month. Is commonly people celebrate something named, it's a party named San Juanero. It's a kind of dance, typical dance of my region.
Okay.
But I don't know how I can share here the pictures about it. Let me see. It's named San Juanero. Let me see. I can share a picture, only
Yep.
picture, or I can say, then you can see more about it on Google. I want to share. I'm going to share you the.
Are you able to turn on, Piedad, are you able to turn on your camera at all?
Give me 1 second while I share.
Okay. All right, well, why, okay.
An image of this side.
Well, while we're waiting for Piedad, does anyone else want to share their goals for the new year?
Yes, of course. I will.
Okay, so Piedad, while we're waiting, Piedad, I'm gonna have Fatima share her goals, and then I will share the link that you just sent me, I guess.
Yes.
Could you repeat again?
Oh, Piedad, I'm gonna have somebody has a bit of noise going on. Can everyone mute who's not speaking right now?
This has a woman new, Fatima, I think is the name.
What does news?
I would about
I'm not sure. I'm gonna just let me see. All right. I think. All right, Fatima, I'm gonna have you wait just a moment. I'm gonna share the pictures. I'm thinking that might have been some interference on your end, but I'm gonna share the picture from Piedad first, and then we'll come back to you, Fatima. Okay, so this is the picture that from Piedad. Piedad, do you want to explain what it's about?
Yes, of course. This is a commonly typical dance of my region, named San Juanero Huilense. Huilense is the is named the people that are born here in this region, because the name of the region is Huila. The people that are living here is named Huilense.
Okay.
This is a typical dance here in my region, and especially this is especially celebrate in Jan month. Is commonly the different people of different regions from Colombia visit our region in these days, the days of the June month. People used to eat a special food we elaborate with rice and chicken and eggs. It's named tamal. I don't know if you are.
Is it like tamale or just tamal?
Tamal.
Okay, I'm not sure.
I'm going to share the picture.
Is another picture?
Yeah, it's the
Okay,
visual.
let me stop sharing this one, because did you share another one in this if you want to share another link, I can share that. All right. So if you want to send me that, and then I'm gonna have Fatima. Do you want to try again to unmute yourself and share your goals?
Yeah, sure. To eat healthy food, guys, because last year.
Why everybody's in silent? Rachel, what happened?
I think
Maybe-
Fatima, you're having some problems with your mic or something.
There is
Take off charger.
a hole.
I wonder if you want to go in, if you want to like pop out of the Zoom and pop back in because your mic is off.
Is it okay?
There is some noise.
There's noise, so it's hard to understand what you're saying.
Yuri,
All
where
right.
are you from? Kazakhstan or Ukraine? Russian? Where are you from?
Kazakhstan.
Yuri?
Kazakhstan.
Ah, Kazakhstan. And what's your mother language?
Russian.
Oh, Russian. Great. And Rusbridge, is that your surname, last name, or something like that? Like it's a kind of nickname. Rusbridge.
You got to
I
unmute
can't hear you.
Sydney.
Turn on your microphone.
There we go. My name is Sydney. The Roostbridge is an alternate account. I was having problems with Zoom on my regular account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sydney's from the U.S. too. He's from Mississippi, which is the South, so you get a chance to hear what people sound like in the South. And like I'm from the Northeast United States, so get a little bit different accents, but I think both very clear accents here.
Yeah, we speak really differently here. Our vowels are kind of long and, we pronounce words a little weirdly down here.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So,
Calixto, what can you tell me, man? What about your life? Tell us about you. What do you do in holiday? You share us what Nicaraguan people do in holiday. But what about you, man? What about the drinks?
Yes. About the drinks, beer.
Drink, yeah.
Yes, we have here in Nicaragua the Ron Flor de Caña company. Have you ever tasted?
No, I never tasted.
Ron Flor de Caña, Doña. This is the national beer here in Nicaragua. Ron Flor de Caña. You know?
All right. Yeah.
Yes, and it's fabricated here in Nicaragua. You should try it.
But how can I find it?
I don't know. Maybe in the supermarket you can find it.
Or in the black market, right?
Yes, because this is a little expensive over there. In Nicaragua, it's cheaper. You can buy a beer with only $1.
Oh,
you can drink.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was listening to Rushbridge and Yuri Avenue talking about the accent. I don't know, but I am learning English, and I used to speak as best as I can. But I don't know what I can tell you. For me, Rushbridge.
You can call me Sydney or Sid.
Sydney, right.
What do you think about my accent?
Your accent speaking English is clear. I wouldn't be able to say like where you're from by listening to your accent.
Yes, you know, I am from Nicaragua.
But
Okay.
to my ear, a lot of Central American accents seem kind of neutral, and you know, claro. So
Yeah,
to me,
you know, I was
these are
listening
good
to
accents.
I took a class with these people from Colombia, and they actually have they have a YouTube channel and a podcast, and they're called Spanishland School. And they did a thing where they had all these different accents from South America and Central America, and some of them I could get, but some of them I couldn't. And I'm developing a little bit ear for it, but I don't think I develop enough. I know that if you are probably from Venezuela or Mexico, and you hear someone from Nicaragua or from whatever other country, you know immediately. But for me, I don't know. But for Sydney and I, if I hear somebody, I'd say, oh, that person's from India, or that person's from Russia, or that person's from Italy, right? I got those accents, but I don't have enough of an ear to be able to, I think I can recognize, people from Mexico, the Spanish, people from Mexico speaking English, I can recognize, and maybe people from Puerto Rico, but I wouldn't be able to recognize all the different countries. I'm going to share another picture from Piedad, has sent me another link, so I'm going to share another picture that she wanted to share, and we can continue our conversation for a bit longer, but this is another picture that, Piedad, you wanted to share this picture?
Yes, this is a picture about the typical food is commonly eaten in Jan Moon when there is the party named San Juanero. Is depending on the person is cooking, these kind of dishes change a little bit. But the main ingredient is rice with chicken and egg. And there is a special because the slice of the banana is cooked together as well. You see in the
Oh, so this green part is the banana leaf.
Yeah.
And then here's the egg. I think you can see my mouse. Is this the chicken part?
Yes.
Okay.
It's missing and is introduced inside of the slides of the banana. Then you see the first picture of the left side. In this way, is introduced inside of the bowl in order to cook during some minutes.
Okay.
And the end, the result is at the picture of the right side.
This one here.
You can eat with chocolate and bread as well.
Okay.
Especially in the breakfast or in the lunch, it's commonly eaten.
Okay.
This is Rachel.
Yes.
This is like Honduran food.
Okay, they have that too, similar. In Honduras, you mean? Honduras?
Yes, Honduras also.
Okay.
At the
Rachel?
Yes.
below?
Who?
I just wanna tell you about the same picture. Do not turn off that picture about the tamal colombiano. I think in all South America we have the same food, but with using different ingredients or different kind of meals, into the banana leaf. We have in Venezuela la hallaca too. The name is hallaca, traditional food, special for the Christmas time or December. What is the history about the hallaca? Calixto is smiling. Calixto, sorry.
Okay, yes, I know.
Okay.
Okay, we need.
hold on. The tradition of the hallaca is if you go back 200 years ago when we were still, I mean, you know, in Indian people, not native people, you know. Like, for example, if you see Calixto's face, Calixto has this looks like a native people before Cristobal Colon colonized our South American continent, you know.
Yes.
The history about the hallaca here, or that kind of food with the bananas leaves, is because the Indian people, we call it Indian, not because they come from
India, but because they're Native
right,
American.
Yeah. The history is that we don't use any dish for eat, you know. In that moment, we don't have I'm talking about 200 years ago or 250 years ago. We don't use dish for it. So we pick up a banana leaves, you know, that you can see.
Yeah.
If you see the over there, all of that is bananas leaf, you know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all of this, as you can behind the bark. Okay, we take a big leaf and all all the leftover, you know, the leftover.
Yeah, leftover. What's left over? Yeah.
Leftover. Yeah, all the soldiers from Spain, Spanish soldiers, all the leftover that they don't want to eat, they put into the leaf, the banana's leaf, you know, and that is the leftover was the food for the native people here in South America when Spain colonized our continent, you know.
That's super interesting.
For that reason, in Venezuela, changed the name of Dia de la Raza. How can I explain that, Calixto? Hold on. Dia de la Raza.
Dia de la Raza is the day of Christopher Columbus Day.
May 1st.
Day of race. Google Translator. We changed in that name, Dia de la Raza, for the day of the native resistance, because we fight with the Spanish people, with Spanish soldiers, and we recover our liberty, you know. I don't know if I explain as well.
No, it does sound, yeah, I think so. I mean, here too, like we didn't have so much, but like Columbus Day, like a lot of people are changing it to Indigenous People Day.
Indigenous Resistance Days. That is the new name that we use here every 12th of October. Yep.
Alex, I think we have this almost the same, maybe the same traditions, because you know we also celebrate the resistance, Dia de la Raza. I think it's on May 1st. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
For Alex, when do you celebrate?
I'm here.
Yes, in your country, in Colombia.
Every October 12th, we celebrate the Indigenous Resistance Day. Every October 12th.
Yes.
Us too. We do that. We're calling it like Indigenous People Day here in the U.S. Although it's still technically called Christopher Columbus Day, but the United States government has now decided that it's also will be both, apparently, for now. Maybe eventually it'll just be Indigenous Peoples Day. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing this picture. Okay, I don't know if Fatima, would you like to try again? I think there was a problem with are you still there? Let's see if your mic is...
I'm here, but Judy's here.
Oh my goodness.
Look over there, Christmas tradition too. Every Christmas tradition. El pesebre. How do you say pesebre in English? Yeah,
Jesus born.
The nativity scene? Is that the nativity?
The three kings.
Yeah.
Nativities,
Yeah, the nativity.
The three kings the kings. What?
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. So I think if
I'm here
anybody
walking on the
else
street.
wants to share what they would like to have for their goals or what they would like to see happen, their wishes or goals for the new year, you can go ahead and do that.
I'm curious, is that a tradition in other places? Because I know here it's a common tradition for people to say, for the new year, I want to lose weight or make a change or something like that. But what about the rest of you? Is that a tradition where you live?
Okay, I would like to share.
Yeah,
May?
okay, go ahead.
May? Okay, I was looking in the Piedad picture. I don't know, from Nacatamans, from Colombia's food.
Oh, the Colombian food from Piedad.
Yes, and we have almost the same plate because this is called in another name, but here in Nicaragua is almost the same food, but we call nacatamal. But I just wanted to tell you that. But now
Oh
I would like
yeah,
to share with
and
Come
that's
on.
interesting. I would imagine that some of the foods would overlap somewhat. And so I think, Khalees, so you wanted to share some of your goals, and that's interesting that Sydney said, does everybody around the world have this whole New Year's goals, lose weight or exercise more or whatnot? So if you want to share your goals, and is that something that's common in your country?
Oh,
Wow.
Judy's back. Welcome, Judy.
There is.
All right. So I think who would like to share next?
Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I am English learning, so I was trying to learn a little bit more English, and I work in a call center. I work as a customer service representative because I grow and now I have a keen interest to continue learning English. You know that we are trying to help American and how to solve the problem. So in this case, I would like to continue learning a little bit more English, learn and speak as an American. You know how Americans speak. They used to speak fast, and sometimes we don't understand what American says. In my case, I would like to speak that way because and the next year, in 2022, I going to work. I will work in a call center again, but as a customer service representative. So, I guess there is a bank called Capital One in United States. So, in one company here in Nicaragua, we used this company uses to work uh, helping American to find a solution to their debit card. So in this case, I would like to continue learning a little bit more English. This is my goal for the next year. And you can see my cheat is a little gray. It's a little, how can I say that? I am a little fat. So I would like to lose weight
Oh, lose
also.
a little weight.
Yes, and learn English. And this is only my goal for the next year, 2022. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing. I have similar goal. I'm always wanting to lose a little weight, which is so hard. And for me, learning Spanish. Like I've been learning Spanish for a really long time. I can understand quite a bit. Speaking, I'm not as good as I'd like to be. But I can watch, I watch Luisito Comunica and I can understand him completely.
Lucid.
But yeah, so I'm probably not saying it correctly, right? But any case,
This is the only one.
but when I go to speak it, obviously I'm not as good at speaking it, and not just like how I pronounce, but it's like being able to remember the words and be able to like come up with the words to speak and have a conversation. So that's a goal, to kind of just focus more my time on the Spanish, learning that's my target language. So would anyone else like to share their goals?
I have a few.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
I'm a singer in a choir. Soy cantante en un coro. And I want to sing better. So that's a goal for this year. And also, I am studying a little Spanish, and I want to take a sabbatical month in March just to study Spanish full time. Quiero tomarme un mes sabático en marzo para estudiar español. So those are my two.
Perfecto, mi amigo.
What are you
perfecto.
laughing at?
Tu
What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at, Alex? Rachel, I would like to share with you that, you know why Alice does laugh that way?
Why?
Yeah, but wait, Calixto,
You know what?
let's Cindy finish. Let's.
Oh no, those were my two.
That's it. All right, Carlito, why are you laughing?
Okay, you know why? Well, when American used to speak Spanish, they speak, but in a different way that is funny for us, for American, for all the people who speak Spanish, because it's like I don't know, but if it happens on you, Rachel, when you hear someone trying to speak English and don't used to speak at the correct or in a proper way, but we speak English, but when Latinos listen to Americans speak English, it's so funny, why you won't understand that.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, let's see.
Yes, it's for this reason that I want to spend March practicing conversation. So for March, I want to not go to work, not go to the office, but to just full time, just have conversation and just practice talking like just a normal person. Talk about our day, talk about the cat. So that's a big goal.
Rachel and Bridget.
Spanish is excellent so far. And what I don't know the name. Bridget.
Oh, that's Sydney. It's confusing because it's Sydney actually.
Yeah.
Australian capital.
Rachel and Bridget, I don't want to bother you, but I'm sorry for if I bother you or I miss you around. I know, but if I laugh from
no, there's no
bother. No, there's no. This fine. Fine.
We should laugh. Life is short and full of suffering. We should laugh.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries there. Yeah, I think those are really good goals, and that's something that I would like to do. Like one of the things that I was planning to do before the pandemic is I was going to go either to Spain or to someplace in South America and spend a couple weeks and just, maybe go to one of these immersion schools. What I did a few years ago was I went to Mexico and I stayed with a family that I got to know through one of these groups. I got to know this woman and got to know her whole family and spent 12 days with her. And I think that really helped. And I think that's the best way. But even if you can't do that, what you can do is if you could just take the time and say, all right, I don't have to work and I don't have to do anything else. And there's all kinds of people that are willing to spend time with you talking to you in Spanish in all of these groups that we're in, right? So whatever language that you're learning. My problem is the time. I don't have that luxury to take a month off or something. But I think that's an awesome goal.
Okay.
And
Who'd like to go next?
I would like, thank you. Yes.
Okay.
About my goals for the next year is firstly continuously learning more English, of course, despite of that, a few days ago, I got my degree as an English teacher. I need to continuously improving more. It's not easy to learn a new language, but not impossible. And the other is with help of God to get a job, opportunity to work as a teacher. So far, I am helping teaching to the girl. She is 5 years old. It's amazing working with children. So this is my goal for the next year. I had other goals, maybe create I had a YouTube channel, but no frequently I had sent videos, but I had this good opportunity to practice my English and at the same time to teach to others. Maybe Spanish, using English as well.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been a great conversation. If anybody wants to have like a couple more, questions or comments on learning English, and then we'll probably end because I don't want to take up too much time. But learning languages in general or learning English, as most of you are learning English, there are just two of us trying to learn Spanish here. Oh, and Fatima, if you want to try again, I know that you were like, you want to try coming on again and see if your mic is fixed?
Hello, Richard. Is it okay now?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay, guys. I think there was a little problem, so sorry for that. Okay, I would like to talk about my resolution.
Judy, let us speak, please.
Oh, we're going to let Fatima real quick because she's been having such a trouble with her mic. So can we let Fatima speak? She finally got her mic fixed.
So I have a question to you.
Oh, Piedad, you turn on your cam. Excellent.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I'm going to let Fatima speak right now because she had trouble with her mic. So.
Yes. I heard that about you were talking about accent, so which you can understand accent whenever you were talking with people. So my question to you that which one is more important, accent or pronunciation for speaking? Is this which one would you like to comment?
I would say pronunciation, and I had this conversation with a number of different people. I will have English learners say, "How can I speak like a native? How can I speak like a native?" And I say, here's the thing. You're probably always going to speak like somebody from Bangladesh because you're learning English and you learned English after, like, in your own country and probably after the age of 10, I imagine, right? And so here's the thing. You will always sound like somebody from Bangladesh, but that's fine. I think that's awesome. I love the accent. But the important thing is to pronounce things correctly so that way you can understand. Here in the United States, I work with somebody from Panama, and I work with people from Cuba, I work with people from Colombia, and I have students from all over the world. I have students from Ghana. In some places, English is their first language, but I have students from all over Africa and South America. And if the students came to the U.S. before the age of 10, they probably will speak English without any accent because they will learn English real quick and they will pick it up and they'll lose their accent. I won't be able to tell that they came from Colombia or wherever they came. But if I have students that came after the age of 10, they will retain usually like a little bit of their accent. And I think that's fine. I say own your accent, be proud of it. I think it sounds great. But the important thing is to learn how to pronounce things correctly so we can understand. So that would be my take. And Sydney, you're the fellow other native speaker. If you want to put your take on that.
Yeah, I don't think accent is important. I think accent is good. Sound like where you're from. If you can pronounce okay, then that's good. But accent is not important.
Rachel, you've been talking with many people from all over the world. So that means that you know how every people from every country can speak in their accent. So can you tell us the difference between them and what is the worst accent you ever heard?
Well, there's no worst. And I spoke to people now in maybe, I'm thinking it's probably 15, 20 countries now, but I can't say there's any worst accent. I can tell you some that I like the best because I just love the Italian accent. I love, certain ones I loved listening to because I feel like it's almost like musical, but I'm not ever going to say, oh, this is the worst accent I ever heard. Yeah, I think all of them are wonderful to listen to. I love to listen to different ones, but some I might like more than others. I love Spanish accents like Antonio Banderas. I like the accent, or people from Italian countries. I just love their accent. But I would never say there's one that I think is the worst. No, there's no worst accent. If that answers your question.
No, you know why?
Antonio Banderas. Antonio Banderas, what the hell? Oh, Antonio Banderas sucks. Rachel, what the hell? All the American girls are crazy for Antonio Banderas. Look at me. Look at
I
you.
loved him in the movie Evita. I love the movie.
Huh?
I love him in the movie Evita. Okay.
I don't know, but
I
I think that Americans have less movies than Latinos. I don't know, but I think that it's more easy. It's easier to learn Spanish than English.
I want to know if you can recognize my accent right now. I don't understand why you speak with that kind of accent. For example, identify the region.
The region or the country?
The country, sorry, the country.
How about Dominican Republic?
Let me try to speak once again.
How about India?
Much better, yeah. 1 point. Now change the country. For me, it's important to speak
Why
in
are you doing
English
that,
every
sir?
time. I'm just kidding.
It's hard, and it sounds like you have a bit of that. It's and I think like sometimes people say, oh, can I learn how to not have an accent? Like, yes, you probably could if you have like, I don't know if anybody watches, like Trevor Noah is one of my favorite, and he's from South Africa, but he has a show here in the United States. And he can do accents. He can do British accent, and he can do an accent. He can do Barack Obama, and he can do all kinds of politicians. But he has somebody that coaches him how to do that. And they actually there's another one that I watch. Seth Meyers. They go to they work with somebody, or they go to actual schools to actually learn how to do that. So you can have people that can convincingly, somebody named Gwyneth Paltrow, right? She played a convincing person from Britain. She played many movies in British characters. I thought she was convincing, but she's from the United States. So you can do that. People can do it, but it probably takes working with a speech coach to be able to do that.
So I can't say which accent is the worst, but I think I can say which accent is my favorite. I love the norteño accent from North Mexico. Specifically, there's this accent that's common in Chihuahua, Mexico, that I love. It just sounds so good to me. It's like music.
To speak that kind of accent, all that you need is to sing, Sydney.
Yeah.
It's like when you learn Spanish. Some friend from Italian in Margarita Island tell me, Johnny, per parlare italiano todo lo que tienes que hacer es cantare. For speak Italian, all that you have to do is sing. You know?
Absolutely. Well, this has been a great conversation, and I thank everybody for joining. And Fatima, you have your hand up. Do you have one last thing to share?
Yes, one more question to you. That you talked with many people from all around the world. So I would like to know that which country's people's pronunciation is more good you heard. Are you talking?
So your question is like, who has better?
Which country's people's pronunciation is more better, like a native?
Okay. I would say, I think that people that I've spoken to from South India are very good, very easy to understand. I'll also have to say that a lot of the people, maybe from Latin America, only because of the fact that I'm used to speaking to people that are from Latin America, so that might be a reason why I find them easier to understand. And one last, I'll have to say, like, and I think it has to do with the fact of where I live and who I'm used to speaking to. Like, I will find people that are from Russia or from Italy and stuff like that easier to understand just because of the fact that there are a lot of people from those countries that I interact with in my work. There's lots of people from Russia living here in Massachusetts, believe it or not. Italy, there were a lot of people, now they're descendants. So I think the more I'm able to talk with those people in my day-to-day, the more easily it is for me to understand them. But in my conversations with people on YouTube, I would say I've talked to a lot of people from India with very good English, and maybe it's because it was one of the former English colonies. But I find especially South India was most easiest to understand, if that answers your question.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm thinking I might be able to do something like this like once a month and plan something if you all would like to take part. In the evening for me, in the morning for some of you. I think it was fairly good. I got off to a rough start. We have a wonderful conversation going, and then somebody in YouTube said, when is the YouTube live going to start? I was like, oh, I thought it started. But any case, I think it went pretty well, and I thank you all for taking part. And if you are interested, I'll try to find a time that will work for me, and hopefully it works for everyone else to be able to join. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a very good conversation with you, and I learned a lot from different countries peoples about their tradition. So it was very nice conversation. So thank you so much, Rachel, to invite me here.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. And
Thank you
What
very
time is it,
much,
Fatima, out
Rachel.
there?
yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Maybe
Thanks to you all again.
if you have another,
Yuri, you can speak. Come on, don't be shy, man. Don't be shy. You can
Yeah,
speak,
Yuri,
share your opinion,
you're the
man.
reason
What's
that
up?
we're here for this, because you basically I made this one at night for Yuri, basically.
Yes, I wanted to say thank you to all for this conversation.
No. Talk another thing, buddy. Come on. Don't be shy. Talk another things about your country, man.
Yes, of course. Try. Please try.
Well, sadly, I have to go to work now. It's morning here.
Oh yeah. Okay.
oh
I
my
must go.
goodness.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, dobre dzire, mnie podrugu.
Yuri.
Приятно познакомиться.
Oh, this is great. You speak just like a Russian. It's amazing.
Спасибо. Я хотел бы представить тебя, моему другу Piedad. Correcto? Let me introduce to you my new friend Piedad. Is that correct?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Я хотел бы представить тебя, моему другу Piedad. Correct?
Hi.
All right.
That's funny.
Excellent.
Thank you to all.
All right.
Goody.
Thank you so
See
much,
you next time,
everyone.
buddy.
Have a good
See
day
you
and
for the
good
next
night.
meeting.
Peace.
Good night. Thank you,
Bye.
everyone.
Happy New Year.
Bye.
Yeah, bye
Good job.
bye. Bye. Thank you,
Bye.
Rachel.
Bye
and
bye.
thank- Nice
Good
to
night.
meet
Good
you all,
night.
guys.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Bye.
Good morning.
Calixto, see you
Bye.
around. Me escribes, Calixto. Me escribes un
Okay.
WhatsApp, buddy.
Sure,
Dale.
sure, Alex.
Estamos en contacto. Piedad, tú también,
Of course,
Bella,
of
estamos en
course.
contacto, niña.
Sure, sure. Bye
I'm
bye.
sorry, I said send a message by WhatsApp, Rachel. Is what
Yeah, I
meant-
think what I'll
said.
do is I'll send a message to everybody in WhatsApp so you guys can all connect, like a group message.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All
Great.
right. Thank you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye. Take
Bye.
care.
Bye bye bye.